Over at Marvel Comics, one of the best places to be right now is the X-Men line of titles. I think this is largely due in part to the fact that all of the X-Men, for the most part, are currently living out of the nation state of Krakoa. This is a place where most mutants are able to go ahead and call home, and it's really allowed for Marvel to really kind of streamline so many of their storylines. However, the publisher is already teasing the sort of dissolution of the X-Men operating out of Krakoa with the Fall of X crossover event. While we don't know too much about the crossover event, it looks like X-Men villains Orcus are set to be involved in the story. And in the lead up to the upcoming storyline, Marvel Comics just announced 3 brand new titles. My name is Ariko Braddock, and today let's go ahead and peek into the future of what Marvel Comics has to offer with Fall of X with a couple of brand new stories. But before we get deeper into the video, I want to go ahead and encourage you to consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button if you enjoy our content. And without further ado, I want to go ahead and jump right in to the brand new titles Marvel announced. Let's go ahead and kick things off by taking a look at Children of the Vault. This one is written over from Dennis Camp, featuring art from Luca Maresca and a cover from Yannick Paquette. This is a 4-issue miniseries set to go on sale on August 9th. And I want to introduce this by reading Marvel's description of this new comic book. The Children of the Vault are back, and they are determined to be humanity's salvation. But not everything is as it seems, and every utopia has its costs. But what is the motivation behind these highly evolved beings giving the world their advanced technology? And how do Bishop and a now Orcus captured Cable figure into their plans? So in this one, I think there is so much potential right now with all of these Vault characters. Jerry Dugan and Jonathan Hickman have both crafted fascinating stories, with characters in the Vault as well as Mike Carey. And I think this is a really kind of fertile ground for the X-Men to kind of explore more plot threads. And while I'm not very experienced with writer Dennis Camp, I really appreciate some of the artwork from Luca Maresca as well as these covers for Yannick Paquette. And very excited to see the X-Men kind of expanding, utilizing the Vault for some new stories. Let's go ahead and talk about our second brand new comic book. This is Alpha Flight #1, and this is a 5-issue miniseries written by Ed Brisson, featuring art from Scott Godlewski and a cover from Leonard Kirk. Here is some description text over from Marvel. Saving Canada from the mutant menace, Guardian, Puck, Snowbird, and Shaman return as a terrestrial Alpha Flight bursts onto the scene. But what schism will pit these heroes against their former teammates, Aurora, Northstar, and Nemesis, as well as Aurora's beau, Fang? The Fall of X has changed the game. Will Alpha Flight soar to new heights or be crushed under the weight of an impossible mission? So this new Alpha Flight series has a great creative team. Writer Ed Brisson has written so many just excellent comics, and artist Scott Godlewski is a wonderful artist in his own right. And kind of, putting a bow on this are some of the gorgeous covers over for Leonard Kirk. I'm a little bit interested to see how the Marvel Universe is going to introduce Alpha Flight. And I also think it's cool that kind of in the Krakoa age of comics, we're taking yet another concept like Alpha Flight and reimagining it to see what it would look like in terms of the kind of more modern X-Men comics. And let's go ahead and take a look at my most excited brand new comic book that Marvel announced as part of the Fall of X story. This is Uncanny Spider-Man #1, written by Cy Spurrier, featuring art from Lee Garbett, and a cover that we're taking a look at over from Tony Daniel. And this one is on sale September 6th. Escaping the turmoil of Fall of X in a flash of smoke and brimstone, it's time for Nightcrawler to play the swashbuckling, devil-may-care hero he was always destined to be. A potential new lover battling some of the most iconic members of Spidey's rogues gallery and saving civilians, mutant and human alike. Kurt is having the time of his life, but it's not all fun and games. Nightcrawler will also be a lone soldier on the front lines of mutantKind's upcoming war with Orcus. Throughout the saga, he'll also confront a long simmering mystery surrounding his mother Mystique, as Spurrier's bold transformation of the character approaches a startling climax. So I'm very excited about this for several reasons. Chief among them is the fact that Cy Spurrier has been working with Nightcrawler for such an extended period of time. We've recently saw Nightcrawler show up in the pages of Nightcrawlers, and before that, he was showing up over in Legion of X, which Cy Spurrier wrote essentially all of. I really love these sort of really wild concepts that Spurrier imbues onto Kurt, Nightcrawler. But it looks like in this kind of Uncanny Spider-Man story that Spurrier is going back to a more sort of back to basics approach for Kurt, and is taking on some kind of street level crime. So very interesting to see Spurrier kind of spin off Nightcrawler into yet another concept here. I think it's really kind of fascinating and creative how Nightcrawler has been rebranded kind of throughout Krakoa in these various series. And I really hope to see this, last as long as Krakoa does, essentially. So those were some of my thoughts over on these brand new titles that Marvel announced as part of Fall of X. I want to know from you, are you as excited for all of these titles as I am? What are some of your thoughts on Children of the Vault and Alpha Flight? And are you as excited as I am for Cy Spurrier to continue exploring some of these plot threads over with Nightcrawler in Uncanny Spider-Man? Well, thank you guys so much for checking out the video, and we'll be back really soon for more excellent comic book content. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.